All right, thanks a lot, Malika. Here at the corner of 33rd and 7th Avenue, you can see the snow is beginning to come down in earnest. There's a nor'easter on its way, but folks, there's nothing like some inclement weather to bring about the toughness of New Yorkers and bring it all out, like Karl Anthony Towns, who'll be going to the All-Star weekend for the first time as a starter. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown will be making that same trip to the Bay Area for All-Star Weekend. He'll have the big locker room stall worthy of an NBA Finals MVP. That's the backdrop for tonight's run between the Celtics and the Knicks. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, courtside along with Doris Burke, Richard Jefferson, and Cassidy Hubbard joining us in just a moment. Let's start with Boston. They have been maddeningly inconsistent at times, Doris, by their lofty standards. But Joe Mazzulla, their head coach, continues to find beauty in the struggle. The good news is Jason Tatum is not struggling right now.
Yeah, you'd be hard-pressed to find a player in the league doing more for his team on both ends. Boston is a team that loves to hunt mismatches, and no one is better at finding those mismatches than Jason Tatum. He's got a big on him here, so he pulls and gets separation. The greatest growth is this, though. You see all the rotations. They've got shooters all around him. His passing is on point. A couple summers ago, he put in so much time, Mark, to become an elite finisher at the rim. But nightly, he is also willing to absorb a big defensive assignment. He's doing absolutely everything he can.
This game really evolving. Meanwhile, Richard, the opponent tonight, the Boston Celtics, when you look at what they've done and what they did to New York in the opener, okay? New York comes into this game tonight seeking a measure of atonement. They got dragged. They were embarrassed in their season opener, but they do have one of their best rosters ever.
This is one of the best Knicks teams that I can remember, and it starts and stops with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. They have been so impressive this season. Jalen Brunson, he is the point of attack. You have to pay attention to this pick and roll. If you try and go into coverage here, that's when Cat starts to eat a career high in three-point percentage. And then Jalen Brunson, we talked about their total unit. When you pay attention to them, they have the perfect complement of players that will make you pay.
They are tied on a string at both ends of the floor. And look at those eye-popping three-point shooting numbers. Brunson at 40%, Cat at 42%, and Cassidy has more on Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, Jonesy, before we get to that, a lot is changing with the injury report as we get closer to tip-off. Just got word that Kristaps Porzingis is a late scratch with an illness, and Karl Anthony Towns is active despite being downgraded to questionable just hours before the game with a knee injury. He went through a limited warm-up pregame, decided he was good to go. Tom Thibodeau told us he's dealing with general soreness in that knee and wasn't a particular injury he experienced. Also, OG Anunoby was downgraded to out earlier today with that foot sprain. Tibbs told us that they thought there was a possibility he could go tonight, but he's not quite ready yet, but he made a point to tell us he is close, guys.
All right, they're hoping that he can come back soon. This game has been highly anticipated, highly debated for a long time. Two of the top 5 offenses in the entire NBA. And any way that you slice it up, folks, with these potent two-man combinations, what you get in the end is plenty of buckets and a quadrant of all-stars.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC is presented by Wingstop. Bring the flavor. This presentation of NBA Saturday Primetime presented by Wingstop will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.